What is going on? Hoping my audio's working. I didn't really test it. What a great sound. What a great sound. Mmm. 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 Shaking. It's crack-a-lackin'. Peeps, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan, hello. Chris, what's up, my friend? Michael, hello. Josh, good evening. D. Albert, what up? Jesse Baker, good to see you, big man. Good to see you. What's up, Chick? Hello from Minnesota. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing on this? What is it? Sunday? Sunday night, yeah. Lost track of days. I was out on the lake doing some ice camping for 2 nights, I think. 3 days. 3 days, 2 nights. So yeah. The snow's coming, right? Like, yeah, we don't have much where I am right now, but there's definitely snow coming. Joey, hello, hello. What's up, my friend? How's everybody doing? What is up, Flutter Yo? Finally get out this week. Ice camping. Yes, we're doing some ice camping. No deer. I didn't deer hunt this year. I just focused hard on the ice fishing side of it. So thanks to Game of Inches, I found your page. That's awesome. Game of Inches. I'm glad everybody's enjoying it. Video 4 is coming out tomorrow. I'm excited to see everybody's videos. And then a week from that, will be day 5, and I don't know what anybody did that day, right? Like, we already know kind of what people did in terms of inches, but we don't know like what they caught. So even day 5 is like, yeah, I'm getting more and more nervous, right? Because obviously we're in the hunt right now. Adam and I are clearly in the hunt. We just need a couple more bites. So we don't know who won. We really don't. Can't wait to watch you lose, Game of Inches. Yes. I love it. Who are you cheering for, Alex? Better not be Jay. Oh, better be at least the Fishing Geeks. That's all I can say. So yeah, I'm sorry, Clayton. I just have too much homework to join tonight. No, all good. It sucks about the homework, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. My favorite Frostbite lure is probably still 3/16 ounce dinner bell with, of course, insanity pepper. So yeah, no ice up here yet. Looking forward to video 4. Can I just say the AP's last video was a cross between Unsolved Mysteries and Game of Inches? Alex was fine. To be honest with you, like, during the whole thing, we had no idea what was going on. Adam and I left day 3 morning for our destination, and Adam and I are about to drop out of service for like 5 or 6 hours. We have no service where we're going to be, and we get like this message where it's like, Alex is gone, right? Like, what should we do? And I know Aaron and Mark were on top of it, so they started to talk to him. Like, we dropped out of service. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did have my in reach with me, and I told anybody if there's like somebody actually like dies or something like that, obviously we can contact each other. But the whole day, obviously, like, in the back of my mind is like, is Alex okay? Is Alex okay? Because I don't know what's going on, right? Once I found out he's okay, it was like, okay, whatever, we can move on. But fishing that day was like you're trying to like hide what's actually going on in your head from the video, right? Because we want to fish and win, and we got to keep going, but at the same time we're just like, ooh, yeah. I'm just going to drop some more. I'm dropping some footage here as we talk. I'm kind of getting 2 birds stoned at once here. I'll show you guys what I have for memory cards after 2 days of ice camping. It's pretty insane. So now I'm just jumping a bunch of footage here. So I click here, go here, open up a clip. This looks like some head camera footage from the 2nd day. I have a banana, so probably the 3rd day head cam footage. Okay, copy there, here, Lake Prairies camping, here, folder, day 3 head camera. There's so much going on here, it's insane. Okay, and paste. So after like 3 days on the ice, okay, I can't mix these 2 up because those ones are uploaded and those ones aren't. I'll show you here. That's all of the SD cards from 3 days of camping. Those are all 128, 256, and the odd 64 gigabyte cards. So that's like probably about 2 gigabytes, 2 gig and a half worth of footage type of thing, probably, that I have to upload right now onto my computer so I can edit all those videos. It just never ends. Never ends. Who won the giveaway? I will make the announcement for the Frostbite giveaway here, and let's see, it's in 25 minutes. In the middle of this, we're going to make the Frostbite winner. We have one picked. We went through all the comments and we picked out one here. I have it, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit just in case. Usually about halfway through is when there's the most people in here, but I do have it right there. Perfect. And here I am scrambling for an SD card for a live scope. But don't worry, I got lots of cards. My favorite fish to target is lake trout, I would say, probably. I love lake trout. Do I goose hunt? I do goose hunt. I used to guide waterfowl for 12 years. It's something I just haven't done for probably, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years now at all. So, yeah. Sarnia, Ellis Beach, or Grandview, which is the best overall. They're all good on any given day. It's so hard to pick any of those areas, right? Like, it's so tough. There's no area that's better than another. One day, one area will be good. Next day, another area will be good. I'm from Saskatchewan, Canada. How long does it take to typically edit a 20-minute video? Yeah, I'd say about 8 hours. A 20-minute video is usually about 8 hours of fishing. Sometimes it'll be a half an hour, whatever I guess the video ends up being. But usually for every hour fish is an hour editing. So on this ice camping, obviously I had some time where I slept and stuff and some downtime. I can try to go through it quicker, but it's like I could potentially have like 3 days of solid editing to get all these videos done. So yeah. I don't have any videos from goose hunting. The goose hunting was before my time in terms of the filming side of it. So yeah. Do you pheasant hunt? I've only done, I think, pheasant hunting like 3 or 4 times. Shot a couple roosters, not a pile of them, but yeah, PB walleye. It never seems to amaze me. And it gets asked. I want to see if somebody else here, Quinn, you can stop asking. Let's see in here if somebody else can answer it for me, since I always seem to get that question. If somebody here can answer that question for me, I'll be super impressed, and then I will answer it if nobody does. When's the next time you're fishing crooked? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Need a good bait for Walleye Lake, Nipissing, 25 feet of water. I don't know Lake Nipissing very much, but you can't go wrong with an Acme Hyperglide, an Acme Tungsten Castmaster, a Frostbite Dinner Bell, a Frostbite Scissor Kick, a Frostbite Tantrum, a Lindy Quiver Spoon is another one of my favorites. So yeah, there's a couple right there for sure. Okay, 32 and a half. Somebody said 32 and a half. Yeah. Nobody's got the pound right though. I see 32.75. Oh, that's the quarter. All of a sudden get a 32 pounder. 13.2, 32 and a quarter. Yeah. Oh, somebody's got free girls in our city. I don't think so. There's nothing free about that. Let's see here. Let's see if we can report this one. Hi. Oh, somebody else. Okay, perfect. 13.52. No, I think it's 13.54. 13.5. Now I just, maybe it is 13.52. 13.56. I can answer that question like that every time, but now when another number was thrown in front of me, I think it's 13.56. 32 and a half inches, 13.56. Yeah, there we go. I can answer that question anytime, like I spew it out, right? But that's so funny. Somebody heard Cindy yelling 13. Yeah, 13.56. There we go. No, 13.556 isn't the one that I thought it was 14. I caught one last year. It was 13 pounds and 13.16. And I was like, 13 pounds, 16 ounces. That's 14 pounds. Why didn't it turn over to 14 pounds? I'm like, I just got a 14 pounder. And then I clued in later. It's like, oh no, it's 13. I had the scale set to decimals, not ounces. So I had to say on video that it was like, no, it wasn't an actual 14 pounder. So when I catch a legit 14 pounder on film, it's going to be legit. So yeah, why don't you have crappie fish? Just because I don't have any crappie near me, but I'm going to try to do something this year though. I will. My PB Laker open water is 48 inches and ice fishing is 44 and a half. How does it feel to lose to Jay? You and Jay definitely have the best fishing videos on the tube. Geeks stepped it up on the editing as well for Game of Inches. The Geeks did a very, very good job with their side of the Game of Inches. Sean learned how to do some editing, and he's doing good with it. So, yeah. 12.16 pounds was the one you thought was the biggest. No, that was 13.16. Favorite pike rod? I would say probably the Mr. Big. I also like the Drama Queen a lot too. The Drama Queen and the Mr. Big are my two favorite pike rods for ice fishing. Are there any lake trout in Lake Winnipeg? I do not believe there are any lake trout in Lake Winnipeg at all. What happened to AP Bassi in Game of Inches Day 3? He just had to leave. And unfortunately, I love Alex. And I don't know what went through his head. I'm glad he's safe. I'm glad everything's fine. Leaving without telling anybody was obviously the wrong decision, but maybe he felt that if he told somebody, they were going to convince him to stay if he needed to leave. This was a marathon. In my opinion, that this Game of Inches, the 5 days, was if some team dropped out after 2 days or had a day left and they're like, we're done, we're finished, that's fine, right? It's almost like a Survivor Series in that sense, right? It's like who can survive to the end while obviously staying in the running. So if some team wanted to like drop out and move on, that's fine. It's We were all about telling our own story, right? So if one team was like they fished for 2 days and they got into a bad accident and that was the end of their story, right? Obviously, I don't mean accident like car accident, but maybe like their sled stuck in slush and couldn't compete, like Jay did in Game 3, right? We don't know. Does he even fish anymore in Day 4, right? We don't really know. Each team is telling their own story. If one team all of a sudden was like, we're done after 3 days, there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? So it's all about each team, like I said, stories. And our story is just starting. I met Sean at a brown trout lake in Alberta. Awesome dude. He showed my 10-year-old son how to clean a pike. That's awesome. That's a lasting impression. That's very cool. Very cool. My biggest buck ever is a whitetail buck at 199 and 5/8. I don't crack the 200. I do not. How many SD cards did you use for Game of Inches, Clay? I don't even know. I I dumped my footage every night and kept it really organized, and also backed it up on two different hard drives. So if something happened, I wouldn't obviously lose it. So it was like every night after the end of like fishing, I'm charging camera batteries, charging flashers, Dakotas, all that stuff, and then dumping footage down because not that I needed to reuse those cards necessarily, although I probably don't have enough memory cards to go through all 5 days, but I wanted to like back that footage up once, twice, three times type of thing. So yeah, there was another question here that I wanted to answer or ask about. Oh, Jay just put out a video. I see. That's awesome. I'm gonna go watch that. Screw you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. I had a question that I put out a thing on the community tab that I wanted somebody to ask me if they had any Game of Inches questions here, and there was one here that I wanted to answer. Oh yeah, wondering if there were judges or someone behind the scenes taking measurements, picks for the competition, and also will there be a wrap up winner episode 5? So we never had a judge or anything like that. We're we're policing ourselves to start with because well, it's a friendly competition in that sense, right? Like this is more about spreading the love amongst the channels and creating something for everybody. Being the winner isn't like the whole goal of it, even though obviously everybody wants to win. But we did take photos or not photos, but video of our fish. And could a mistake happen within a quarter of an inch? It sure could. But everybody was pretty legit, right? Like I remember when I measured my walleye, I got 29 and a quarter, and then I was like, oh, the mouth is open just a little bit, and I cinched the mouth down. I was like, no, I can only get 29. So we were all pretty good about it in that sense, right? Of taking care of our own scores and making sure if one team wins by a quarter of an inch, a half an inch, sure, there's going to be question. Oh, well, that fish is this or that fish is that, right? It could happen, but hopefully the winner ends up winning by like 5 or 6 inches, and we don't have something like that to deal with. But it's not really about who wins. It's more about just creating good, fun content. It was a pile of fun to do it. So I will give credit to the guys that do their own camera work. That's tough. Yeah, your own camera work definitely is a lot harder. I definitely, as a few regrets during the Game of Inches where it was like I'm editing and like, oh, it's like Adam's mic died here, right? It was like, but I could only like literally manage my stuff and try to manage his. It was like plus fish at the same time. So yeah, it was tough. Perrick does not come back in a Game of Inches. No, it'll be Darian and Andrew to the end. It's got to be tough to keep in the chat. The cat in the bag. We don't know who won though, Jeff. That's the cool part. We never shared results after the 5th day, so we actually don't know who won. We know the scores up till day 4, but We don't know who won after that. Are you sticking with the Mega Live this year or moving on? I'm still running the Mega Live this winter. I'm happy with it since the last update. Now that I can use it a little bit deeper. And yeah, how many banded ducks and geese? I honestly don't even know. I'd always give the bands to the clients that shot the birds. I think I maybe only have 4 or 5 on my lanyard. I just gave them all to the clients because they're the ones that shot the bird. So I gave it to them. They're paying for the hunt. They shot the deer. They shot the deer or the goose. So yeah. Quinn, you're just relentless. Your PB buck is 199 and 5/8. Travis, good evening, my friend. Super nice to meet you in Winnipeg. When fighting Lakers, do you use the standard butt or the XL and the Mr. Big? I use not the stand. I think, is it the standard? It's not the biggest one. It's the one down from that. So maybe it is the standard then. I have used the XL, but I still prefer the standard. There was one question. There's one here about happy with the Ion Alpha. I'm loving the Alpha, like blown away with it for sure. My favorite fish to catch is probably a lake trout, I would say. How on earth do you fish kneeling down all day? I don't. Adam kneels down all day. It's pretty crazy. I sit a lot of times and then I'll drop to my knees like while there's a fish coming in. I don't mind fishing outside and standing. I can stand all day, but kneeling is so hard and it like wrecks your boots too when you kneel all day. Did you leave inches by targeting tigers over rainbows? Yes, we probably did. We probably could have got a bigger rainbow if we would have went for rainbows and maybe got like a 25 or 26 if we were lucky. We still could have caught a 24 or 25 inch tiger trout though. But at the same time, those inches were more important to nail down. I spent more time with the fish that were going to give me the biggest amount of inches. We spent quite a time with walleye. We spent a lot of time with pike. You'll be surprised. Like I'll give some statistics after the whole thing about how many pike we caught and like how long it took to get like bigger ones in that sense. So day 4 is posted tomorrow night, Monday at 7:00. Professional ice anglers don't believe in chairs. Oh man, a guy needs chairs. A guy needs a chairs. But yeah, anyway, the whole tiger to rainbow thing was like we had to really like strategize with like what you were going to target, because if you strike out, you have a lot of time, right? Like look at Joe and Dave. They struck out for Lakers the first day, which obviously Lakers is a tough species to nail down. And now they have to go back at some point. They have 2 days left and they still need 3 species. So 3:30 Maniac, Scott, right? I'm having brain farts lately. We'll see you in Fargo, I believe. Who's all coming to Fargo? Anybody in the chat coming to Fargo? I'll be there Friday from probably around 3 or 4ish till close, and then all day on Saturday. I won't be there on Sunday. PB pike is 47 inches, guided as 51. Flutteryo's all about just like, you're awesome. She goes on, I'm assuming you're a female because of your avatar, but she goes through and deletes all of the spam comments on mine and Jay's channel, helps out so much, and then pumps the channels up so much. You're awesome. Much appreciated there. So good. Going to Fargo from Nebraska. Nice. I'll be in Fargo lots of time. Lots of people from coming to Fargo. So good. Man, I love your videos. Appreciate you watching so much. I'm at a like right now with videos. I'm not that I'm disappointed with the content, but I was doing a video on ice camping and I always feel like my videos lack stuff at some point, right? I was like, I want to make better videos. And that's a good thing. You should always want to strive to do better at something, right? And I just want to make better videos. Like I just want to make better videos. I think I repeated that in my head like 100 times on my last trip. Want to make better videos. I'm going to make better videos. Hey, Clayton, great to see you at the show. You should have let Cindy bring the cat. Have a fireball. I forgot the fireball again tonight. The fireball is in my other house. I promise I'll have it next time I have a live chat, which will be next week. Adam and I will probably do a live chat together after the game of inches sometime on Tuesday-ish, I'm thinking. We won't do it Monday night because we don't want everybody to watch everything, but Tuesday night, Adam and I are going to do a live chat, I think, just to kind of go over the whole thing. I'll get him with me and we'll do it together. Adam and I will have a fireball and some drinks with everybody. How does that sound? Cheers. I'll have some fireball. Thank you. It's really nice to meet you at the Winnipeg show. Your videos are good enough. There's that saying, though. Good enough. And not to say that they can't, you know what I mean, like good enough isn't good, but good enough, there's always room for improvement, right? Always, always. Watching this from the shack on early ice. That's awesome. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're catching some fish out there on the shack, in the shack. Can you talk about why you chose the smoke show rod for the Frostbite fishing package? It was either the smoke show or the True Grit. The smoke show is better with the smaller baits. I feel like it's just a little bit more finessey. I really like the smoke show with the 3/16 ounce dinner bell. If I would have went with a 3/8 ounce dinner bell, I would have gone with the True Grit. So that was the reason why I chose the smoke show. Members only chat with Adam. Yeah, we'll have a members only chat with Adam too. Sure, no problem. We'll do both for sure. What did you think of the big Pelican Lake perch on that big frosty clownfish? That was so cool. Very, very cool, dude. I love that photo. It was awesome. The frosty clownfish is such a killer. You know what the worst part is? I don't know if I mentioned in the video, but I just go camping the last little bit, and I get out there. I'm like going through my tackle box. I forgot my running gun, which had my only frosty clownfish on it there. And then I was like, no, I had one more new one in the garage. I didn't bring it. I never took one frosty clownfish with me on my last ice fishing trip, and I was so like I was flustered. Oh, it was crazy. Do you watch football? I don't watch much football. No, I don't watch a lot of sports or TV anymore in general. My time, like spare time, is not really spare time. It's literally spent editing, right? Or doing stuff like this. So I don't watch a lot of sports anymore at all. Game of Inches is that. Thank you very much. We appreciate that so much. And anyone going to target giant crappies during Game of Inches? I think. Oh, you have to delete that one, Carter. He didn't actually swear. He blocked it out. But that's okay. We always watch the whole. He even though he didn't swear, he used something else for the word. We always try to keep a super clean chat just in case there's any younger kids and stuff like that reading it. I always want to have stuff that's super friendly in that sense. So, does anyone target big crappies? You know what? A 14-inch crappie is a big crappie in that sense. Can you catch a 16? Yeah, that's one of those things you're gonna might have to put in a couple days, right? So I don't know if anybody goes after them yet in the rest of the competition. Obviously, we probably don't, but because we have an 11-inch perch, so we got a 16-inch crappie, that's a 5-inch upgrade. We still need lake trout, right? That's a super important fish for us at this point. Excuse me. When you do an overnight camping video? Well, I'm editing right now. I just came off the ice. I was on the ice for 2 nights, so I've already been on the ice doing some winter camping. Game of Inches is the only show worth watching when it drops. Everything else on TV is boring compared to. Heck yeah. How long does a Frostbite shipping usually take? Just order the raw flush. Usually like I think 4 or 5 business days you should have it. Business days is the biggest thing to remember. Preference of brand of ice cleats, or don't you use them? No, I like ice cleats. I've been using the Corkers, I think. I don't know which ones they are though. They're like $69 or $65 or something like that. I just caught a 19-inch brook trout, Wisconsin. Nice. Generator or Blue Eddy? Actually, I'm not using neither anymore. I have these big power boxes from Dakota Lithium. I went on this 2-day camping trip. I didn't need to take a generator with me at all. It was so sweet. Corkers are awesome. I like their wading boots. Yeah, I don't have any of their wading boots at all and that stuff, but the Corker cleats are definitely some of the better ones. What were the shelves you had in your last video? Filming that video afterwards, driving home with Adam, I'm like, oh, Adam's like, I forgot to do something. He's like, what? I was like, I forgot to mention and talk about the shelves that were in my video. And he goes, what's the big deal? I was like, Adam, you don't understand. That's going to be the most asked question on this video when it comes out. And it truly was. Those shelves are called Wingman. They're from Arc Lab Motorsports in Winnipeg, and they work really good as a rod holder. I'd say they don't really work great as a shelf in the Otter Hub. They kind of set a little bit of an angle, but for me, just being able to put all my rods in there is so worth it. So, can you tell the story of your PB lake, or the one through the ice or open water? Giveaway, please. I do lots of giveaways. I'm not doing a giveaway here because then the bots are going to spam it like crazy. FYI, anybody's watching this chat, if you ever get like a message from me or from a fake Clayton that says hit me on Telegram or something like that, or text me. It's all a scam. I would never make somebody pay for shipping for something if they won something. If you win something, don't get sucked in by that. There's so many scams going on YouTube right now. Be so careful and spread the word, right? Or if you see that on somebody's thing, report it, report it, report it. It's so, yeah. What's the worst injury you had while ice fishing? Last year, actually during the Game of Inches, day one, no, day two, when we were leaving our destination, I slipped coming down the ramp of the trailer and I fell on my elbow. And I'm like, oh, it's sore. It's okay though. That night, I reached across the street to across the seat to grab something, and I felt like this like electric shock go from my fingers all the way to my elbow. Well, it got drastically worse and worse over the next month. There was a point a month after Game of Inches where I was in so much pain, I didn't sleep. I'd get a half an hour sleep a night for a week straight. I go to the doctor. It's like I went to the emergency room like 4 times. Like, you guys understand, I'm like, I'm in so much pain, like something's going on. I'm not somebody that's just gonna like go to the hospital. It was insane. So it ended up being I believe I damaged or pinched a nerve really bad in my elbow and I fell on it. And last year I had a tough time. I officially have everything back again. Like, there's no numbness at all, but it took 6 months for the numbness to come back in that finger. So nerves are oh, so scary. Did Arc Lab ever come out with that hex shape hook for your auger holder? Yes, they do. The I should do another sled review on that about what I'm going to be running this year. So yeah, they do have a hook on it, and now it's way better. Is YouTube your full-time job? Yes, it is. I still guide in the summers, but YouTube is my full-time job. Yeah, it is. Tell us your favorite guiding story and your favorite J story. Um, my one of my I don't know, I have so many J stories. One of my favorite J stories is probably in Florida tarpon fishing. He there's a video about this on the Uncut Angling channel, and it wasn't staged or anything like that. And he never did this over and over. He just was like, he cast it out, and we hadn't said anything to each other for like 10 minutes. And he goes, I'm going to catch a fish in like 3 pumps or whatever it was. And it happened. And we're like, are you kidding me? And he did the same thing. He called a shot again, like 20 minutes later, but wasn't like calling the shots over and over. It was just those 2 times. It was so crazy. My favorite guiding story. I'll tell you one of my favorite guiding stories. This one goes, pretty deep. So probably about 10 years ago already, there was this family that came up. Um, it was a grandpa, a daughter, a son, and a grandson. And his daughter was mentally handicapped, but she was also a very, very large girl, like 400 pounds. And she would sit in the boat and she would cast all day. She was so happy. She was so excited. She was all that, right? She was awesome. One awesome story about her. It was like she sat in the boat and she cast out like this, right? And she only could cast one direction. And she's about to cast. I'm like, oh, Carol's like, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm trying to turn the boat, and she lets her fly. I'm telling you, the thing sailed 60 feet into the bush. It was unreal. It was so funny. And she was giggling. She's like, I caught Canada. I caught Canada. So later that trip, Dawn, her dad, comes to me and he's like, thanks for, spending time with Carol and all that. And he goes, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes. It's like, Dawn, please don't be embarrassed. I'm like, this is amazing. And he started to like break down in tears, and he's like, I bring her here on these fishing trips because this is something that she can actually beat her brothers at. Her whole life, she can never beat her brothers in running and swimming, anything like that, right? But she actually has a legit chance to beat her brothers in something. So that story always is like in the back of my head, right? Like Carol was an awesome girl. Dawn, her dad, still comes up, or he wasn't there last year, but he had come up for quite a few years, and Carol stopped coming. But yeah, every year was always like, how's Carol? How's Carol? So it's so cool. That's one that definitely hits home for sure. I got lots of different guidance stories, but that's one. So yeah. Sorry, I'm not doing a great job of reading all the chats here, which we'll get back into it. I can bet you have the most views without looking at your uh, game GO length for Frostbite. I don't know what the game of I don't know what that is for. I don't know. I can't understand that. Clayton, I had some Frostbite rods, and during a move, they got twisted. Is there a way to repair them or bend them back? So I'm guessing you're saying by twisted that it doesn't line up anymore with the real seat. Is that what you're saying? I'm guessing. So if that happens, take a heat gun and just warm the glue up a little bit, and you'll be able to twist it back. Just be gentle with it, but you will be able to twist them back. And if it ever happens to, like, you can heat it up, remove it, put more glue in, and put it back in again. Yes, not lined up and even warped. Try with the heat gun. Heat gun's the best. I would say the best thing to do with those for sure. That's happened to one of our rods too. It got stuck on something, and I like went to grab it, and I was like, all of a sudden, like, whoa, what happened here? But yeah, broke the glue loose, right? So had 3 rods, and only one of them is somewhat usable. Heat gun, hit them up with a heat gun. Which boots do you wear to keep your feet warm on the ice? So in middle of winter, I always worn the Cabela's Trans-Alaskan pack boots, which kept my feet super, super warm. The only problem is they're not waterproof. Now, early ice, I've been using Nats boots. I don't know how they're going to be middle of winter, though. I really don't. Um, they're they're amazing right now. First ice, they're obviously waterproof because they're like a rubber. They got a pretty good insulate in them, and late ice are going to be awesome. I don't know how they're going to do in like minus 35, but my feet have also stayed very, very dry. Gnats are really good. I got them from Harvester Outdoors in Winnipeg. So yeah, temperature is much different in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Isn't that the truth? Got to get a St. Croix rod, only $20 to fix on any break at Joe's Outdoors. That's good. What's your favorite brand of treble hooks? Looking to replace on new X wraps. VMC treble hooks are probably my favorite. I would say the Barbarian, the VMC Barbarian hooks are probably some of my favorite. I have not tried the Norfin boots. No. Oh, did I miss? I think I missed a super chat there. Send it outdoors. Clayton wins Game of Inches with his new PB Laker. Did you see the episode already? How do you know that? I don't even know that yet. I know you don't typically fish the weekends, but did you fish today? If so, how'd you make out? I did not fish today. I was drying out shacks because I took 2 different shacks with me on this ice camping trip. One to like kind of hole or go around, check out some other areas. So I spent today charging Dakotas, drying shacks, getting reorganized. Usually when you do like a camping trip like that for 2 days, it's like takes a day of organization. It feels like. What software do you use to edit videos? I just got a GoPro. I'm going to start making ice fishing videos here in inspiration. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Now it's an expensive editing software. It costs me like $75 a month to use it. Adobe makes a killing on everybody. It's crazy. But you can probably find some cheaper ones to use, I would say, if you're just going to do one GoPro type of thing. I use Adobe because it can handle 5 cameras at once fairly easy. Favorite Manitoba lake and why? I'd say not necessarily Athapapaska is one of my favorites. I'd say because there's lake trout, walleye, pike, all in the same lake. So yeah, I'm a fan of Athapapaska in Manitoba, big time. Have you ever fallen through the ice? I have years and years and years ago. Only like in 10, 15 feet of water, but still obviously scary. But if you're just smart about it, when you fall in, don't panic. It's not that big of an issue. At the same point, I never put myself in those situations anymore. I had Carter and Adam with me on a recent trip, and it was like I'm in the lead and I'm sputting. And it was like 2 inches or 3 inches, 3 inches, and I poked, and it was like it went straight through, and I kind of like fell forward a little bit because there was like I was putting that much pressure into my swings, and it like just threw me off balance. I never fell, but I was like kind of stumbled forward. I was like, okay, start to take steps backwards, and like in my mind, I'm triggering. Okay, it's going to crack. It's going to crack. I'm going to fall through. You know, I was getting ready for it. Ever have carbon monoxide scares? Ever? No, I have not had any scares while ice camping. I do keep a carbon monoxide detector, and it actually has on mine. The one I have has um, a reader on it and everything. So yeah, Carter's on point tonight. Carter must be answering questions too. This is good. That's why I got Carter in the chat. He can answer questions that I miss out on. What mount is on your sled to hold up your rod? Looking to get one. My mount that I have is from Arc Lab Motorsports. It holds my rod holder, or it has can hold my rod box, my 50. I think it's a 5200 pack series. No, I forget what the action packer is. A 35 liter action packer, And then it also holds my auger and stuff too. So yeah, you're awesome, Clay. Well, thank you so much. If you use a spud, make it thud. Yeah, if you when you use a spud bar, like you have to hit it. You don't just take a spud bar. It's like, oh, I got a spud bar, I'm safe. No, you have to use that tool. And if you're not tired by the time you're done, like spudding your way out to somewhere, you're doing it wrong. That's why it's always nice too to have two people early season as somebody just to spud, because that's a big, heavy bar. Like it's big. And if you do it properly, you're not gonna fall through. There is no danger. But yeah. Oh, my phone died. Did you say giveaway? No, I was gonna announce it at 30 minutes. So we picked a winner. Cindy helped me on this one. There were so many good goals in there. It was awesome. So thank you guys so much for everything. The Frostbite package is gonna go to Ron Heights Outdoors. I hope I got that right. And my goal this year is to help my kids catch a 25-inch or bigger walleye. They remember that forever. So I was like, you know what? I think that's a great goal. That way the kid can use the rod too, possibly. And there's a couple good hooks in there. So Ron, I don't know if you're here in this chat or not. If you are, contact me through Instagram, Facebook, however, email, and let's get you that Frostbite package set up. You will not have to pay for any shipping or anything like that, like the bots try to nail you on. And yeah, is the ion better than gas? So much better. Anthony, hit up Arc Lab and get a shelf. The shelves are so good. So good. For Game of Inches, did you guys each put $500 to join? Would you guys ever expand past 6 teams? The $6,000 is sponsored by Frostbite. So that's why if you see their logos at the end of the video and stuff like that, they wanted to put up the $6,000 prize for us to kind of compete over. Would we expand past 6 teams? We would. We kind of kept it within a friend circle though, right? Because it's like we have to also trust each other too in terms of all the measurements, whatnot, right? And obviously different rules and everything, right? So yeah. We might. We never know. And who knows what happens? Who knows if there's a Game of Inches too, or who knows if there's something else, but yeah. What am I drinking? I'm drinking an Okanagan cedar apple. Cedar. Cider. English is hard. Trust is hard to come by. It is. It's just like it's not like yeah. Carter says no comments about uncut angling. It's all good, Carter. It's all good. Carter's just rev too because it's like it's like Aaron. It's like unfortunately we can't really do much about that. So what size of lithium battery in the Mega Live? With the Helix 9, you're fine with a 23 amp hour, 24 amp hour. If you're going to run something a bigger screen, like I run a 13-inch Apex, I'm running a 46 amp hour battery. You need hard, like lots of battery because it eats it hard. 23 though is what 23 amp hours what I have in Carter's though, and he hasn't heard anything at all. Next merch must be English is hard. English is hard. Do a summer Game of Inches. I think the whole Game of Inches thing is so cool, right? It's just a huge version of a Clay versus Jay. So who knows, like I can just call up Jay and be like, hey Jay, you and me this weekend, Game of Inches, let's go. Maybe even this winter, who knows? Maybe we end up lake trout fishing together. So who knows? If Game of Inches does a season 2, any changes that you'd like to see for the format? Not really. I kind of liked it. I know there's some teams that maybe want it shorter. I like the marathon myself. Like it was literally a marathon. So I thought the format was good. I don't think I really changed much at all. We almost at one point we almost made it an hour before sunrise and an hour after sunset. And I'm so glad we didn't. Like it's just already so much. Hey Clayton, sorry if you answered this already. Will there be another Game of Inches next year? We're not sure yet. We are not sure. Your favorite lake in lake in Idaho or Iowa and Minnesota? I don't have any favorites there at all. Who's better, Clayton or Carter? 100% Carter. Seems like Carter catches bigger fish than Jay. Well, of course, because he's fishing with me, right? I'm talking with a buddy about going with Andrew from Game of Inches. He guides winter muskie. Yeah, that's really cool. He does a bunch of winter muskie stuff. Those shelves in the Otter are from Arc Lab. Yes, they are. Arc Lab Motorsports in Winnipeg. Smokes the eyes tonight, Clayton. You have a discount code for Frostbite? No, I do not. Hour before, after Sutton's too perfect of a bite window. It's not that it's too perfect. It's like it's harder for cameras too, right? When it gets dark, it's like it's the cameras look brutal. So, does your 40 amp hour last for several days? 40 amp hour on the Mega Live 46 will last one full day. It won't die during that day, but it'll last one full day. It won't go several days. Carter's the unsung hero of CSO. Yes, he is. Seems like Carter is better at English than Clay. Oh, way better. But I'll correct you here. Seems like Carter is better at English than Clay. It should be then THAN. So there you go. Just so you know. So it looks like I might be better at English than you. Ever fish the Ottawa River? Huge muskie here. Do you guide ice? I don't guide any ice fishing. What happened with Peric? Peric's okay right now. He's perfectly fine. He just needed to get away. Do you charge your ion every time you come home? I let it I charge it every time. Probably shouldn't. It's better for the battery life if you kill it all the time. But who wants to use half of it and go out the next time with half a battery? So I think everybody does. They always charge it, right? I've noticed your guessing length is pretty spot on. Don't even need a bump board. Just take Clayton's word. I'm got a pretty good eye for judging fish sizes. I can be off sometimes, yes, but yeah. Yeah, who learned you how to spoke? Thoughts on using a Motormaster limiter on the ice to charge on the go? I think it wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Twilight rods have a reel seat, no recoil guides. Vanna Blacker have recoil guides. Look at that, Carter. What a boy, answering questions. Strike Master or Ion? I like my Ion a lot. Clay will take $1,000 for a day charter. Clay will take $1,000 for a day charter. I wouldn't be honest with you. I maybe one day I'll start a guiding operation where I can do stuff like that, but $1,000, unfortunately, like I couldn't even do it. It would be illegal for me to take somebody fishing, and I don't have enough time in that sense. Like, yeah, $2,000. Who learned you how to spoke? I learned myself to speaks. Have you ever been fishing in southern Alberta? One time, the Bow River, long time ago though. Great live chat, Clay. Can't wait for game matches drop tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. I want to see. Oh, ever have issues with your add and reverse on your reels when it gets cold? Why game of inches instead of I'm an inches person. Centimeters just and that doesn't flow, right? Like, welcome to the game of centimeters. What's the best frostbite jigging rod for walleye, Clayton? I like three different rods. I like the smoke show, like the true grit, and when I fish outside, I like the run and gun. My biggest bass is 8.5 pounds. A largie I caught in Texas one year, actually the Texas-Mexico border at Falcon Lake. Mark Tully got, or maybe it was only 8. I have to look. Maybe it was 8. Mark's was 9. Mark's was 9.5. Mine was 8.5. They're a pound apart. That's all I know for sure. But yeah, an 8.5 is my biggest, I believe, it is what it is. Hey, Clay Beauty Walleye on your last video. Well, Cast and Conquer, thanks, buddy. That was a good day. This is a good walleye. Fun day with Adam. Look forward to seeing your video, my friend, tomorrow. It'll be good. It'll be good. Coming to Lake Winnipeg this winter? Yes, I will be. You need a chartreuse donkey decal in your merch. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm such a donkey. Bring the cat down. Should we bring the cat to Fargo? Winter grease for reels. Do you know of any? I've never used winter grease, but the Frostbite reels come with winter grease, so that's what I've been using now. Why would it be illegal for me to guide? In Saskatchewan and even Manitoba, you have to have a guide license to start with. And the outfitter I work for, I'm full in the whole summer, and in the winter we don't do any outfitting for or guiding in that sense. So you have to have an outfitter's license. So, and I don't have that, so that's why it would be illegal for me to take somebody's money and guide them. Do you do speaking for fishing groups? Do you do speaking for fishing groups? I thought you're making fun of my English for a second. I don't really do any speaking. No, I've been asked lots to do some stuff for like wildlife stuff and everything like that. It's just no time. Do I have a dog? I don't. I used to have a chocolate lab. She was amazing. I think I lost her, 5 years ago already, probably. She was awesome. Is there game of inches merch, Carter? No, there is not. Merch should be available on the site this week. This week? Okay, maybe. I guess Cindy's telling me I better get that finished this week. Yes, there should be merch. Oh, I did say by December 1st. Guess I got to do that. There should be new merch all on the site this week. I guess I better make that one of my goals to get that done too. Maybe I'm not going fishing this week. Ever run Northland tackle? I have before. Northland does make some good tackle. I just haven't used it a lot lately. What did you lose your chocolate lab to? I lost her to cancer, lift nose cancer. She had cancer right here. She had two big balls in her throat. Her lymph node cancer. Yeah. Oh, she went. It happened. She went pretty quick too. Like once I know she had those lumps, it was like 2 weeks. Yeah. Did you switch your merch company away from Teespring? I just stopped using the Teespring stuff. I wanted to just do it on our own. So we'll try that. Maybe I'll do the Teespring stuff eventually again, but right now we're gonna do it. So congrats to the ice winner. So awesome how many people you've inspired to not only start fishing but also help experienced anglers just become that much better. Lake the Prairie says 6 inches just north of the bridge. It's awesome. Thank you very much, my friend. Cheers to you. Cheers. I'm glad we can get people into the sport more than anything. And if they can help educate some people that already do fish into some new things too, that's great. You can always learn new stuff no matter how much you fished or how old you are, or anything like that. You can always learn. You can always learn. I know who Tom Bully is. I don't know him though at all. Tom Bully makes great videos, but they're like strictly walleye orientated and teaching. I I don't want to just fish nothing but walleye, and I don't just want to like be a robot and like explain and teach and teach and teach. I want to do cool, entertaining trips and have fun. If you told me that I had to go catch 18 to 24-inch walleye all summer, I would slit my throat. It would be so boring. I wanted to do YouTube, not to make a pile of money. I wanted to do it just to be able to film my adventures and have fun with it. So that's the biggest difference. So you should make a video with fishing more. Murray, guy hasn't changed in years. You and Adam need team CSO. Whoa, what's going on? This chat's going nuts. Do you like the slap shot? I don't use it. I've never used a slap shot. I like the longer rods, but I like the slap shot's partner in terms of like the bigger rod up from it. So it should be a good rod. I don't really I don't I haven't used it, so I can't say I don't like it. I just don't use it. Ted, stop spamming. I guess there's a spammer in there. I haven't even seen that. Oh, like yeah. Sorry, Ted. You gotta be careful. If you ask a question, if I don't answer it, just wait a little bit and then ask it again. So it's hard to keep up. Excuse me. Which shelter do you like most between the Monster Lodge and the Resort Hub for ice camping? The Monster Lodge. And the new Monster Lodge with the full door. Oh, winter camping this time was amazing. Even though it's like the Monster Lodge is huge, I've always felt like it was like where my cot was in the back with my table. I always felt like I just had this little space and so little to walk in front. Now you use the big door at the back, this full door, and it makes the back of your shelter wider. And there's so much room there. The cot, and then I have this pile of room between, and then the table. It was insane how much more room I felt like I had in the shack. Obviously, a little bit more space, a little bit harder to heat. Probably this trip was fine because it was really nice outside. But yeah, I would say that like the Monster Lodge is better for winter camping, in my opinion, because I like to be able to separate my fishing area from everything else. I don't like having my hole right beside my cot and everything because I'm going to lose my phone or something down the hole. I like having a separation, like in charge batteries and all that stuff. So Monster Lodge, that's my pick. Do you use or think stinger hooks are a must on a tube for lake trout? I do not use stinger hooks anymore, and this is why. Stinger hooks are two. I'll start with the tube jigs. When I first started, I didn't have a stinger hook, and I'd lose fish like crazy, right? Like I lose fish like crazy. I'm like, what's going on, right? It's like I had a stinger hook. Well, I tell you, I caught every lake trout that's this big, or it felt like it, right? I was catching them. I felt awesome like that. Hey, hooked a big fish. Stinger hook got caught in the bottom of the hole. Lost the big fish. I quickly realized that you're not going to lose big fish if you don't have a stinger hook. Small fish, yes. So do you guys know why it's so hard to keep a big or a smaller fish pinned with a tube jig. I'm gonna show this. Okay, what can be my tube jig? Okay, this marker is the tube jig. So now, when these Lakers are coming up, and this is a tube jig right here, and here's your hook. When a Laker comes up, a small Laker, and he grabs it like this, they clamp down on that tube so solid. When you pull up and set the hook, the fish is so light, and the smaller ones, you're actually pulling the fish. That tube's not slipping through and getting stuck. A bigger fish, different situation. A big fish is heavy. When you set that hook, it'll slip because the weight's holding him down. The smaller fish goes with it. So that's why you lose so many small fish with tube jigs, because when you're setting the hook, you're pulling the fish. Their jaw strength is so strong. If you put your finger, your hand in there, and they clamp down on it, it's insane. So that's why the smaller fish clamp down, set, they just go with it. Yeah. What's this guy saying? I wanna fight him. Respawn, man. This is cowardly. What's he doing? What's he saying? I want to see what he says. Carter's probably watching. Carter, you can tell me what this guy says later. I'll respond to you by saying I don't have to respond to anything I want to. Take a hike. Obviously, I try to keep up as much as I can. Hey, I love your channel. You helped encourage me to make my channel. You ought to look at my monetized ice shanty. Motorized ice shanty monetized. I read, my mouth goes quicker than, yeah. So thanks, buddy. I know you got me. He's spreading rumors, not a big deal. Clay, I love rumors. You fishermen are so dramatic. Is Clay Bay or is Jay Bay? Clay's Bay. Hey, Clayton, have you ever used the Strike Master 24? I have not. Great Laker advice. Thank you. You're so welcome. So if you lose a bunch of fish, it's not that big of a deal. But that I lost my train of thought. But the stinger hook will help you land more smaller fish, but it's not going to change anything when you're fighting a bigger fish. My opinion. Rumor has it you're inviting a viewer to come fish with you this winter. Nothing's been decided yet, but hey, you never know. Could happen. Watch Rut Daniels. He stole my line. If it ain't chartreuse, ain't no use. Rut Daniels stole my line. I'm coming after him. But then Lefty, is it Lefty Cray? Who's the guy that used to say it in Florida all the time? I think Lefty. Then he's going to come after me because I stole it from him. It's obviously not my line or anybody's line. I'm just joking completely. What depth should I start at for pike fishing first ice? Pike can be a little bit deeper to start with. Like right now, I'd say pike can be easily in 25 feet. Just run your bait down like 10 feet down in the water column. You'd be surprised how many pike are traveling deeper right now. They'll come in shallow, but a little bit later in the season. Right now, see, the walleye will come in shallow at the end of the night, but lake trout, I find that they kind of stop, or the wall. Did I say lake trout? Pike seem to kind of stop moving towards the evening more, it seems like. So yeah, rumor has it Clayton will say his favorite dead stick setup. Favorite dead stick is the drench, I would say, for walleye anyway. With how do we join the channel to see the after stream? I'll get that right out of the way. A drench with the new 1000 series from Frostbite. The diesel is what I have for a setup for a drench or for a dead stick. The live stream, you can join. There should be a member button somewhere there. You can join the member thing for I do like a half an hour live stream after for just like the members, just because it's a little bit smaller and they can ask questions in that sense. You don't get a pile more for the whole member thing, just because I want to put all my videos free. I don't want to have like this member thing where you have to pay to get good content, right? Like I want to deliver good content for free. If you want to help the channel back by donating, the member thing is great. So I want to donate to a CSO giveaway. We'll do a giveaway sometimes. Send it, my buddy. We'll do a CSO tube jig giveaway. If someone wants a free scissor kick, there's one in a pike's mouth at Lake of the Prairies. I'll get them. Love seeing that walleye under the ice this week. It's so much fun to watch the walleyes under the ice. So much fun. Best alternative for live bait. Jigging spoons are really good. The hyper hammers and the hyper glides is really good too. I don't use a lot of live bait. In fact, the last trip I was on, I had live minnows with me. My jigging spoon like outfished the live minnow like 5 to 1. So yeah, but yes, it was Lefty, one of my idols. I love his signature series rods. Yeah, Lefty. There we go. So I knew it was something like that. I have nothing but respect for those guys down there. I had a really cool experience where I got to go hang out with Stu App for an afternoon and just like hammered him questions about tarpon fishing. It was awesome. CSO giveaway, a day with clay on the ice. I do want to do something at some point. We'll figure it out. There's a trip to Baker's Narrows this year. I wonder if we do something like that for up there. Oh, I don't know. We'll do something eventually. You should start a podcast. A podcast is definitely on my list for sure. Just have to figure out when and how in the proper way. But yeah, I podcast is the problem is like you have to eventually you're gonna run out of good guests. I feel like too. I don't know. These are all questions I have. Which striker suit do I rock? I use the new holy brain fart Apex. I use the new Apex suit. It's really good. What does this I hear about an auger giveaway? There's an auger giveaway if you go watch my Game of Inches video number 2. That closes tonight at midnight. So if you have not guessed what you think, and Adam and I will end up with for a total inches at the end of day 5, it has to be done by midnight. I'm actually going to be picking the winner later today, or after midnight. I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick the winner. Last I checked, there was like 75 correct answers or stuff like that, and I'm going to pick a winner out of those in a random draw. So you got to get the right guess, and then hope you win from there. And I'm also like, if somebody guesses twice, I have a button I can check off there that only has one guess for them type of thing. So if you guess like 180 and 179 and 178, it's going to pick one of those out and put it there. So it's not like you get a pile of guesses. You get one guess. Please be me. Well, I hope if you have to get the right answer, right? Ever fish with a wedgie? I can't say I have. Jimmy Big Fish. Ever fish with a wedgie? Hi Clayton, how do you recharge your batteries in the hub? I use Dakota Lithium power boxes to charge my GoPro batteries. Clayton, I was over wondering if you fish in North Dakota. I have not. I guess now we all know. You don't know what we ended up with. You don't, because I never picked the numbers. But hey, maybe we don't get 179 inches. Is it 180, 179, or 178? I guess there you go. This is gonna be hilarious if everybody changes all their answers to those ones now. That would be so good. Wish I could stay up more, but I gotta retire. All good, Adam. Have a good night, buddy. Clayton doesn't wear Gotch. Gooch. Is it Gooch? I don't think it's called Gotch. Isn't Gotch Gotch? Look at me spell. Carter, can you give us a close hint? Carter doesn't even know. Carter doesn't know at all. What size scissor kick were you using in the tournament? In the tournament, didn't have a scissor kick yet, but in the last video, I used a 3/8 size. I guess 201, sticking with it. Team CSO for sure, 1 Game of Inches. I hope so. Is Adam doing okay with his new fame of being a Game of Inches? Adam's just Adam. I guessed it right. You don't know, Carter. I just told you that you were right. It's a surprise. It is a surprise. What's the best leader for pike through the ice? I like American Fishing Wire. American Fishing Wire, 7x7 strand, nylon coated camel color. That's my favorite. A Cat's Life. That's a great name. You're the man, Clayton. Thank you so much. Matter Has, welcome to the CSO membership. Welcome, Matter Has. I just did my guess. Hopefully I'm right. There you go. Got any orange juice? I had orange juice on my winter camping, and there's even a shout out in my winter camping video from the orange juice. It's so awesome. Just bought the Otter Vortex Resort. Think it'd be good for overnights. Yes, your Otter or the resort will be great for overnights. Love the channel. Game of Inches has been fun to watch lately. Thank you so much. Do you ever tip your jigging spoons with anything? Yes, if the bite's really finicky, I do. If I'm going to fish them more aggressively, then I don't. Looking for a float ice fishing suit. Recommendations on clam versus striker, particular models. I don't have any experience with the clam stuff, so I'm not one of those guys that's gonna like, oh, striker's better because of this or striker's better because of that. All I can tell you is that I've been running striker for 5 or 6 years now, and I've been very happy with the quality of suits, and I continue to run them. I'll stand up for the striker suits. I really like the Apex suit a lot. If you're going to fish a lot of cold stuff, the climate suit's really good. And if you're only going to fish cold stuff and never warmer stuff, the hard water suit. But the Apex suit is probably one of my favorites right now. I'd say it feels lighter but still warm. Do you have a permanent hut or only hubs and flip outs? I only have hubs and flip outs. Yeah. Clam is more affordable, more adorable, but striker is solid. I guess that should say affordable. The striker stuff is so good. Chris, he gives the gear to me. Yeah. Carter gets some stuff given to him for sure, but that's okay because Carter, he works for it though. He thinks he gets given to him, but yet when he comes fishing with me, he's filming videos and he's doing work, in my opinion, right? I just pay him with gear, that's all. If you had to guess, how many fish do you eat a year? Not a crazy amount, I would say. Yeah, not a crazy amount. I don't know. Maybe I have fish once a week type of thing, so whatever, 52 fish, maybe, if I'm lucky. Yeah. No clue how to find the membership button. If you go to YouTube, go to Clayton Chick Outdoors, and there should be a thing there where it says a member on it, or go to any video. Let's see, if I go to a random guy's video here, let's go to who's got Casey Neistat has a member thing, I think, doesn't he? Casey Neistat. No, he doesn't have a member thing. Who has a members only thing? Oh, I know. Doug Wagner has a members only thing because he is not well liked for that whole situation anymore. There's a join button. There's a join. It says join. It says our members, thank you, channel members, and it says join right there. So yeah, it says join. Anyways, we're going to wrap up this chat. I'm going to have a members only chat here for a little bit as well, and there won't be another chat next Sunday, but there will be one on Tuesday night with Adam. He doesn't even know it yet, but Adam Crawford is coming online. He's going to hang out with me, and we're going to do a live chat. We're going to go fishing. Adam and I are going hunting for a big something. We're not going to say what, but he is going to be fishing with me, and we're going to do live chat. So thank you everybody for hanging out. This hour went super quick. The winner was announced, Quinn. It was Ron Heights Outdoors. You definitely just missed it. Okay, you guys all take care. Have a good night. These are the best. Cheers. Bye.